The Philippines is one of the leading producers and users of plastic in the world, generating an estimate of 2.7 million tons of plastic waste annually. A packaging manufacturer aims to reduce this through the use of plant-based materials. Joining us this morning is Prince Ang, the Chief Executive Officer of Sachi Group. Good morning, Prince. It's great to have you. Prince, let's talk about the Sachi Group. What are you guys all about and what products do you guys make?
So we're a small bioplastics manufacturing startup here, and we're trying to push what we call thermoplastic starch. So these are basically our products are cassava bags, and these bags are actually more organic than the usual other plant-based plastics.
Okay, let's differentiate that. I mean, plant-based plastics versus cassava plastics. What's the distinction?
Well, bioplastics, there's a whole range of it. And there are certain plastics, certain plant-based plastics, which you still need to send to an industrial composter for it to degrade. With cassava bags, they're more natural, so it can actually be disposed of and decomposed in a more natural environment.
Okay, if this is such a great idea, and it is a brilliant idea, why isn't everybody in on this? Why are we still producing plastic bags that, traditional plastic bags that remain to be a problem?
Well, there's a lot of challenges, which include the cost side and also a lot of R&D that needs to be done to be able to reach the level where traditional petroleum-based plastics are.
Okay.
And countries such as those in Europe actually have legislation that really pushes it to the forefront. So they're already using a lot of bio-based plastics, and something that we still have ways to go.
Okay, bioplastics and cassava plastics in particular, are they in fact biodegradable? What do we need to keep in mind or sort of understand in terms of how they compare to plastic and the lifespan?
Yeah, actually, that's a very complicated question to answer.
Okay.
But the simple answer is that it depends. So I was mentioning industrial composting a while ago. So countries such as Europe use PLA plastics, where they have the infrastructure to be able to send these bioplastics into industrial composters to properly degrade. And that's something that we don't have here. That's why we're pushing cassava bags, because it can be composted at home. So more local composts can actually degrade it.
Right. What would be the lifespan of a cassava bag, and how would you? Are there any caveats to its use? Can you get them wet? Can can they take temperature? Can they take changes in moisture and that sort of thing?
Yeah. So the definition of compostable is 180 days. So that's one of the main benefits of it. Now, on the caveats that you mentioned, yeah, definitely there are limitations. There are some sacrifices. We can get it wet, but we can't get it sopping wet.
Okay.
It's more stretchy. It feels very different. Yeah. So consumers really do have to change their mindset and not really compare it to plastic. There are uses. It is indeed capable of handling a lot of our day-to-day uses.
At the very least, it really will sort of take a big chunk out of our plastic use and make it a little bit more sound. You're in partnership with two other companies, EcoNest and Philippine Alliance for Sustainable Solutions, or PAS. What's that alliance about, or that partnership about? I think distribution and disposal are two of the big issues, or not issues, but challenges that you need to be sorting out.
So at the core of our business, we're really for sustainability, for the circular economy, and we don't want to be one of those companies that just pushes a plastic-based product, just saying, okay, we're selling plastic products. So we have EcoNest and PAS, Philippine Alliance for Sustainable Solutions, to make sure that our distribution and even our disposal and recovery portions of the circular economy are addressed.
Okay. Is it easy to keep a green business in the black, so to speak? I mean, there are obvious challenges. What are some of the biggest hurdles that you've had to sort of take on, and how can you, I don't know, if there are challenges, what are the rewards?
Definitely there are challenges because plastic is very, very cheap here, and so competing against plastic without like mandates, without additional taxation on the plastic side, makes it difficult for us to compete with. And additionally, consumers, they're so used to the convenience, the strength, the versatility of plastic that it's hard to convince them to shift to something that they need to make some changes. But sustainability is really a choice from the consumer side to to make some sacrifices for the
I don't
greater
know
good.
about sacrifices. I mean, you really just sort of need to change your mindset. There are things that you can, there's a proper way to use alternative plastics, and I think it's just a change in mindset.
You're right. Maybe sacrifice isn't the right word, but really changing the mindset.
Yeah, change
and
your
I think
attitudes
we're
and
kind
change
of
your mindset.
stubborn when it comes to shifting to something different.
Speaking from personal experience, it is a little tough to do that, but I think it well worth the rewards in that sense. For those who are interested in your products, and I think we all should be, how can we sort of get in touch with you? Is it more on an industrial sort of inquiry? Can you get in touch with your organization for home use?
We're trying to shift to increase our retail presence, but definitely we're more on B2B right now.
Okay.
We do have our social media and our websites available.
Okay, we're gonna be. In fact, we do have some of your details being flashed up on screen. Like you said, it's just a change of mindset. It's really doing what we can when we can, whenever we can. So it's such a fantastic way to sort of at least make a contribution in that sense. Thank you so much, Prince Anne, for joining us this morning.
You're welcome.